Okay, we're back here at Real Builds. As you can see, it's been a few months since we last saw the truck when the paint was just barely dry and it was already hauling a load of trash to the dump. But you can see how much the truck has changed when you think of what it looked like when we started out with the project. This project's taken much longer than the others that we've done, mainly because it's my daily driver. It gets used every day and hauls garbage, as you saw. It's been used for running around for all the parts for the other projects. So we're now well into deep fall where I live. Snow's on the ground, and we finally had a chance to catch up. You can see we've added the chrome step tubes. The body is looking excellent. The wheels are going to need repolished for the show and shine season, but that's okay. We'll be washing, waxing, and polishing this spring when it finally gets here. But she's nice and straight, and it looks really good, especially when you think of what it looked like when we started out. The rear brakes have been done, the engine bay has been detailed, interior's gone through, gas tank replaced, and we've done it all on a pretty tight budget. And we're going to look at that budget here pretty shortly. It's a good news, bad news budget. We did break the bank on this one and did go over budget because I didn't do a good enough job of estimating, which is a good warning for everybody else out there. When you're doing your original budgets, you gotta be sure. And I made a couple of mistakes and it cost me a bunch of money. So you can avoid that by being a little more careful than I was. But it's still a really good investment for this truck. Now, as you can see, the rear quarter panel was all rusty. It's not anymore. Nice, clean, straight, looking really good. As you go to the front, you can see just how well it turned out. Now, our original budget on this truck was to be $2,000. We thought we were going to come in a couple bucks less. We had some problems. Number one is that quarter panel. We'd had the metalwork repair estimated at $500, but when they got into it, it was much worse than it looked like. Ended up being $900. And that's where you can't leave things too long, especially with something like rust. Rust is a nasty beast. You need to get in as fast as you can and get it solved, or it just keeps growing. The other big one on us was the gas tank. I'd had a used one lined up that was going to be $100. Left it too long, that's my fault, and couldn't find another used one. We ended up having to buy a new one, and that was $275, which put us $175 over. And then to make matters worse, there was no way we could get the bolts undone with hand tools, so we had to take her into the shop and pay an hour's labor to get the nuts all knocked loose so we could replace the tank. The overall budget, we're over by about $400 or $500, and we'll run through those numbers shortly. But everything else is great. You've seen the engine bay detailed, you've seen the rear brakes being done, you've seen all the hard work being done. The running boards we picked up at a garage sale, got them real cheap. You'll be seeing that in the budget. And it did make the vehicle really pop. So she's a good looking piece. The spring coming, we'll be polishing up the wheels again, doing a wash and polish and a wax, and a little bit of touch up just from wear and tear. Like I said, this is a day-to-day driver, and in the meantime, she's a great piece to drive around for not a lot of investment. So we'll leave you now on Real Builds and head back to the barn so we can run through the budget and talk a little more.